Welcome viewers, and thanks for tuning into the TV Box channel. It's your host Nick here once again, and I would like to personally welcome you to my channel. Today I am really excited to finally review the TV Box that is currently being rated as the fastest and most powerful Android TV box available on the market. And as promised from my introduction video, today I have the review of the Yundoo Y8 Rockchip RK3399 Android 6.0 4K TV box. In a minute, I'll be doing a full benchmarking review of its hardware and features, so stay tuned. I'll be back in a moment. A quick reminder to my viewers. If you are looking to purchase any of the TV boxes featured on my channel, be sure to check the description area below the various videos, or on my product page for discount coupons specific to a product, or general monthly coupons that apply to all products. And now we return to the feature presentation. Welcome back, and let's continue. This is how the box is shipped. As you can see, it's a simple black packaging with a picture of the device at the front. At the back it displays some specifications about the box. It says that the model is the Y8. The CPU is the Rockchip RK3399 Hexa core 64-bit CPU. The GPU is the ARM Mali TH60MP4 GPU, which is really a quad-core GPU. It has 4 GB of DDR3 RAM and 32 GB of eMMC flash storage. It has Ethernet LAN connection of up to 1000 megabits per second, and below that it shows that the box comes with 2 USB 2.0 ports, 1 USB 3.0, and 1 USB Type-C port. It comes with 802.11 dual-band 2.4 plus 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth 4.0. It was manufactured in China, and I'll just take a minute to unpack the contents of the box. In the box, you have the box itself. You have this infrared remote. You get one HDMI cable. The adapter to power the box. Yours may look different according to your country or region. And the last item here is a user's manual. So let's examine the box. The box feels a bit heavier than most of the other TV boxes, and it's much bigger in size when compared to a box like the GT1. The box is made of plastic, and the top of the box has a rough coarse-like texture which prevents fingerprints. To the back, you have one HDMI port, 2 USB 2.0 ports, a standard RJ45 Ethernet jack, one audio-video port, an optical audio port, and a power adapter jack. To the side, you have one USB 3.0 port, a USB Type-C, and an SD card slot. There's nothing on the other side. And to the front, you have the power button, a power LED light, and the Yundoo branding. Below the box, there is 4 rubber legs to prevent the box from sliding on surfaces, and some holes to provide adequate ventilation. Now I'll just take a minute to connect it to my TV, and when I return we'll have a look at the launcher. I've connected the box to my TV. And as I start up the box, you are presented with the Yundoo startup animation and logo. So we are now at the launcher, and I'm familiar with this launcher from previous Yundoo models like the Yundoo Y8. The launcher is simple to use with options to add shortcuts to the launcher, and the different menus are easy to access. This launcher comes with a navigation bar for easy navigation. However, when you start up the box for the first time, the navigation bar is hidden. You have to swipe in an upwards motion at the bottom of the screen to reveal it. On this bar we have volume controls, home and back buttons, a cascade button for switching between apps, and for closing apps also. Here we have a screen capture button. And this one here is a button to hide the bar. Once you hide the bar, simply swipe in an upwards motion to retrieve it. One thing I noticed was that my display resolution was wrong. It was set to 1280 by 720p. This resolution made the launcher look a bit low quality. So I changed my display to 1080p by sliding over to the settings screen and clicking on the More Settings option. Under Device, I then selected the Display Output option, then open the HDMI option. Then I selected my desired resolution, and then I selected to keep this setting. Another feature I discovered while poking around in the settings was that the launcher comes with custom and live wallpapers, which you can use to add some flair to your home screen. To access this feature, simply go to Settings, then to Display Settings, then select the More Settings option. Under the Wallpaper section, you have two options, whether you want to use a custom background wallpaper, or if you would like to use one of the live wallpapers installed on the box. For this demonstration, I would use one of the live wallpapers. So let's return to the launcher and see what we have. I was a bit disappointed that the live wallpapers don't work in the home screen of the launcher. Instead, it only shows when you click the Cascade button, and you can see it running in the background. If you are not satisfied with the launcher, there is now the option to select from a variety of launchers on the Google Play Store that offer different styles and functionality. Simply go to the Google Play Store and search for launchers. So let's have a look at what apps we have installed. So what we have here is basically some core system apps needed in the normal operation of the box. You have apps like App Installer. This is needed for installing APK files. The Google Play Store. This is self-explanatory. You have an easy cleanup application that shuts down all apps running in the background, and it also frees up system memory for better performance. You have File Manager, and a couple others. I will now have to pause this video for a second time as I install some system and benchmarking apps, and when I return we'll see how it scores. So I'm back and I've installed all the apps needed to complete my review. Let's first check to see if the box is rooted. It shows that the box is rooted, running on Android 6.0 Marshmallow operating system. This is important because there are lots of apps that require your device to be rooted in order to work. And root access grants you the freedom to download and install any app from the Google Play Store, and likewise with apps installed via APK files. Let's now check to see if there are any updates for the box. This box does not come with a one-click update feature. Instead, you have to access this feature via the More Settings area under the About Device section. Then go to the top where it says Wireless Updates, and then you simply click this button here. And it says here that the box is currently up to date, and that there are no new updates at this time. Let's have a look at some system and hardware information. Under System Information, here it shows that the manufacturer is Rockchip, and the model is the Yundoo Y8. Just below here it shows that it comes with 4 GB of RAM, which is DDR3 RAM, and the total RAM after the Android installation. Likewise, below here is the same information for the total internal storage from the 32 GB and the remaining storage after the Android installation and other apps that comes installed on the box. Under CPU information, this is where I was excited to see some new developments taking place. And I am pleased to see that this box is run by a hexa-core CPU divided into 2 cores, a quad-core Cortex-A53 and a dual-core Cortex-A72 running on a 64-bit instruction set. And finally, for once I am happy to see the maximum CPU clock range is up to 2.0 GHz as it is advertised in the product description. Under the display information, here it shows the screen resolution, and it also shows a new GPU. The GPU is the Mali T860 quad-core GPU, and it has a refresh rate of 5 Hz. And I can't wait to put these two to the test in a minute. Under the network section, I already went ahead and connected the box to my Wi-Fi network, and it shows that I'm connected to my 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi band, and below here it shows the signal strength, link speed, and the frequency. Under Android information, it shows that the operating system here is Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow, and it also shows that the box is rooted. Under thermal information, it shows that the box has an operating temperature between 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. And again, this changes depending on the level of activity on the box. Under the codecs information, displayed here is a list of all the codecs installed on the box which are needed for 4K video playback. IC codec like H264 HEVC and VP9 decoding, amongst many others. A noticeable H265 decoder is missing in this list. And that's it for system and hardware information. And now let's run some benchmarks and see how it scores. Let's have a look at some memory read and write speeds. And judging from the results, these are the highest read and write speeds I've ever seen on a TV box. The box has a RAM copy speed of 9,492 megabits per second. The internal memory has a read speed of 143 and a write speed of 51. The SD card got a read speed of 49 and a write speed of 10. I'll now do a speed test on the dual band Wi-Fi frequencies. And the results show that after a series of tests on my 30 megabytes package, I got some really good download and upload speeds. These are some of the best I've seen thus far. I now turn to the Antutu benchmarking app. I always like to explain just a little bit about all these tests for those who are new to my channel. I do this from time to time, keeping in mind that not everyone understands what's happening in these various tests. The Antutu benchmarking app performs a comprehensive test on your Android device. It tests 3D graphics, memory performance, CPU multi-threading and multitasking capability. And it also performs a test on user experience performance. Upon completion, the Yundoo Y8 got an Antutu score of 76,481. The next benchmark I'm running is the Geekbench 4 benchmarking app. This app performs a test on the box's CPU. It puts the CPU to task by running a series of timed processes. The box then gets a score based on how long it takes to complete each task. When all tests were completed, the Yundoo Y8 got a Geekbench 4 score of 1393 single-core and 2625 multi-core. The last benchmark I'm running is the iStorm Extreme GPU benchmarking app. This app focuses on your GPU. If you don't understand what's a GPU, it's simply the hardware responsible for the display of the box. The app measures GPU performance while processing lots of pixels and vertices. And it also performs a physics test that measures high rendering performance. When this test was completed, the Yundoo Y8 got an iStorm Extreme score of 9517. This ends the benchmarking segment of this video. I'll now test the 4K video playback capability of this box by running a couple of 4K and 1080p videos using the TVMC Kodi Media Center. Well, it's just as I expected. I'm not surprised that most of the 4K videos played without any issues, with the exception of the second jellyfish video at a bitrate of 250 megabits per second. However, even though it had some difficulty, it still managed to play the video better than the other TV boxes I've reviewed. That's it for the 4K demonstration. For my final demonstration, I always like to play a game. This game is a big game with a lot of graphics that requires system resources to run efficiently, and I decided to go with a little zombie action. And the name of this game is Dead Effect 2, and it's a little gory, so parental guidance is advised.
But it might be faster if you look for a keycard.
Well, viewers, I think I was a bit scared in this one, not to mention that I'm not a good shot. The game ran smoothly without any effort, and the graphics was outstanding. As I conclude, there are some positives and negatives about this box, and I would start with the positives. The Yundoo Y8, in terms of hardware, is overkill when it comes to streaming. In other words, you have more hardware than what you need to run Kodi and other streaming services. It comes with a USB 3.0 and a USB Type-C port. It excels in the benchmarking scores in hardware performance. It has some of the fastest memory copy speeds I've seen in any box reviewed. 4K video playback was okay, with the exception of one video. As for gaming, this is where the Yundoo Y8 really stands out. Gameplay was smooth and intense without any issues. The Rockchip dual CPU core maximum clock range is up to 2.0 GHz and not at 1.5, as it is in most of the other S912 TV boxes, and this is a first for TV boxes in its class. The box is rooted, and the launcher has a navigation bar at the bottom. Even though the box comes with TVMC installed, I was able to uninstall it and install both Kodi 16.1 and 17.1 without any issues. I installed all my add-ons manually, and all the add-ons worked without any issues. On the negative side, I really don't like the launcher very much. I found that I had to be constantly sliding from side to side just to get to the settings. I had to adjust my screen resolution upon startup. TVMC and the add-on installer took like forever to install. Another issue I encountered was that for some reason my favorite gamepad key mapping application that I use to play all my fighting games has a compatibility problem with the Yundoo interface. Hopefully an update would correct this. YouTube did not play HD and 4K videos well at all, and the YouTube add-on in Kodi seemed to have some issues. The infrared remote did its job, but you will still need a wireless ear mouse or touchpad keyboard for advanced functions. And finally, this box currently has a high price tag, and prices should fall as the weeks go by. I would definitely recommend this box if you need a powerful high-end TV box to play 4K content or to play high graphics games. So I've come to the end of my review of the Yundoo Y8 Rockchip RK3399 Hexa Core Android 4K TV box. If you are interested in this box, a link was left in the description area for more information. Thanks for watching. Remember to like this video if you found it informative, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel for more TV box stop videos.